I have started the recording. Then we will start with Mr. Vijay Kumar. So, Vijay, please start with the presentation.
Good evening, sir. Hello, I'm an audible, sir.
Yes, you are audible. Very good evening.
So just a minute, sir. Just sharing my most disabled participants screen sharing, sir. So please.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I will able to now. Yeah, you can start.
Oh, yes, just a minute, sir. Please. Okay, sir. So can I start, sir? So I'll start my presentation.
Please start.
Yeah, first of all, very good evening, sir. Very good evening to everyone. So my name is Vijay Kumar from Madanapalli Institute of Science and Technology from Andhra Pradesh. So today I would like to give the presentation that was allotted for me. So in the task. So my project is developing a RESTful web service, and the task that was allotted to me is developing a RESTful service. So in this presentation, I'm going to discuss you and I'm going to share you the task which was allotted to me. So developing a RESTful web service. So I'm going to discuss, I'm going to share you the RESTful web service. What is RESTful? First of all, I will discuss what is web service and what is RESTful web service. So how to develop this RESTful web service. So everything I'm going to be see in the next coming slides. Okay. Yeah. Here is a small introduction about my task, that is a RESTful introduction, RESTful web service. Yeah, here you can see that a RESTful web service is basically the architecture-based web service. That means, guys, so RESTful web service means it is not a protocol web service. So it is an architecture-based web service. So I will say I will discuss what is meant by protocol-based service also. So just for the introduction for the RESTful web service. So it is the architecture-based web service. So this is so in also in REST architecture everything is a resource. So everything in the RESTful web service is a resource. So and also you can say that these REST web services are the light and the highly scalable and the maintainable are the commonly used to create web-based application. So this means there are three main features from this RESTful web service. So that is a lightweight, so it is highly scalable, and it is a maintainable. So these are the features that has the RESTful web service. And also this RESTful web service is used to develop and create a web page applications. So as a small idea, that is, so what is the use of this RESTful web service means is to develop or create a web based applications. So we will discuss briefly and deeply. So what is everything will go. So this is a small introduction, guys. This is the is an architecture based web service. It is not a protocol based service. So I will share you and I will show you what is meant by protocol web service also. Okay. So this is the agenda that I'm going to present now. So what is web service? Types of web services. SOAP. SOAP. That means SOAP, SOAP web service. RESTful web service. So this is the concept of what I want to discuss you. And after that, I'm going to discuss what is Spring Boot. After that, what is a RESTful API? So API. Sorry, it is a API. Sorry. And then after that, I'm going to conclude my presentation. Yeah, here you can see that what is, first of all, we will discuss, we will come to know what is meant by web service. So we will first of all we'll learn what is meant by web service. Then after we will go for the what is RESTful web service. So everything cinema is there in the coming slides. Yeah, here you can see that it is a client server application or a application component for the communication. Yeah, so web service is a client server application. In the previous I have told that what is meant by client everything. So client means whatever we are doing action in our computer or in our laptop, that is a client. So that means client side application. This means web service is a client side application that uses to communicate the two components. So in the next line you can see here that it is a method of communication between two devices over the network. Yeah, guys, what is meant by web service is, what is the use of web service is. So it two components are two computers. So over the network. Suppose there is a one network, one computer, and there is another computer. So to communicate with these two computers or these two components, this web service helps. So how these two components communicate means via the network. So whatever the information are sharing or whatever information are accessing, so everything is a communication. So which was held on the network. So this is the web service, and it also software system for the interportable mission to mission communication. That means interportable means it is discussing. It's like a discuss. So it is a software system that is used to discuss mission to mission communication. So this is the only the interportable mission to mission communication. And also it is a collection of standards or the protocols for exchanging the information between two devices. That means it is not a protocol based service, but it is a standards of protocol that is exchanging the information. That means so one computer to one computer, it is exchanging the information. So collection of protocols is not a single protocol based web service. It is a collection of all protocols and exchanging the information between two applications or the two devices. So this is the as a web service. Keep remember or keep idea that what is web service means. So it is a method to communicate two components. Let's assume that here is the one component and here is the one component. So communication these two components via the internet. So that is the web service. So helps in communicating via the internet. Yeah. From here you can understand the by seeing this figure. So in the middle itself it has the web service. So here is a Java, here is the net, .NET, here is a PHP, and here also. So this is same thing. So what this figure tells me is, so whatever you will store or whatever you host any information in any server, so the hosting information in the server can be accessed. So can be accessed via the web service. That means so this web service can be written in any Java or else any language. That means in any language that is Java or else it can be written in .NET. It may be written in PHP. So whatever the language you use, so you can develop a web service. So what this web service helps now? So this web service so access the information that is hosted in any server. So this helps. So mainly it helps in accessing the information that is hosted in any server. So this is the main purpose and this is the main use of the web service. Yeah. Okay. We discussed what is meant by web service. That means web service is a communication purpose used. So now we will discuss what is meant by web service. So what are the types of web services? Here. So we will discuss what are the types of web service. So there are two types of web services. That means we can access and we can get the information by two methods. There are two web services. One is a SOAP. So I will discuss briefly everything in the coming slides. So after that, one more type is a RESTful web service. Yeah, here you can see in the figure. So types of web service. One is a SOAP. One is a RESTful web service. So these are the two services that are used to communicate the two components via the internet. Yeah. First of all, we will discuss what is meant by web service. Okay, SOAP web services. So we will discuss what is meant by web service. After that, we will discuss what is meant by RESTful. So after that, we'll compare. So which is the useful and which service has the advantages and what are the disadvantages. Now at present, what is the booming in the condition, and so everything we will discuss. First of all, we'll see SOAP web services. So here SOAP stands for a simple object accessing protocol. Yeah, here we can say that the SOAP is a protocol based web service. So it is a XML based protocol for accessing a web service. So XML based means so it has some language. So the SOAP web service should be written in only the one language, that is XML based. That means so the language it should be in the XML format only. So the SOAP web services should be written only in the XML based protocol for accessing the web service. So SOAP is an XML based protocol. Yes, you can discuss this. So it is a platform independent, that a language independent. Okay, yeah. Here it is a platform independent and also it is a language independent. It has only the one language to write the SOAP web service. We will discuss what the language it is also in the next coming slides. So by using SOAP, you will be able to interact with the other programming language applications. Yes, yeah. By using this SOAP web service also, we can interact with any other languages. But the thing here, what the main concept in the SOAP web service, it has one language to develop the web service. So it is, and one more thing, it has a language to develop the SOAP, and one more thing that it is only in the XML format. So these two are the main important things that should be remembered in the SOAP web service. Why I'm saying that these are the two means, we'll compare the RESTful web service and the SOAP services next, and at that time we will be easily understand what is meant by SOAP and what is meant by REST. So how this REST is more advantage, or how the SOAP is more advantage, everything we will see here. Yeah, first of all, we'll discuss disadvantage of a SOAP web service. Why the disadvantage is, first of all, we have to find out the disadvantages in the SOAP. Then only we can go with any other technologies. So there are two disadvantages. One is the slow, and one is the WSDL. So dependent. Yeah, one is that SOAP uses the XML format that the user parses to the read. That means the SOAP uses only the XML format only. So to develop the SOAP web services, it uses only the XML format. So this is the one disadvantage. So it defines many standards that may be followed while developing a SOAP applications. Yeah, so it is a slow and consumes a more bandwidth and resources. That means it consumes a more resources also for developing a XML format. And WSDL dependent. So SOAP uses a WSDL and does not have any other mechanism to discover the SOAP. So it uses the language that is WSDL. So these are the two disadvantages that SOAP web service has. And now here you can see that RESTful web service. Yeah, in this RESTful, so this is, here is the main hero. Here is the main topic that is going to be discussed. Why? Because this is the project that was I'm going to discuss. I'm going to develop also. This is the project. So REST, REST stands for the representational state transfer. So I am from the beginning itself, I am saying that a REST web service, RESTful web service. So what the RESTful service means? So REST stands for the representational state transfer. So in the beginning itself, I told that REST is an architectural style as not a protocol based. And then RESTful web service is a functions or method that which can be called as sending an HTTP request to the URL, and the services return the results as a response. That means, so what this means is it has some functions that is a HTTP request. So to the what this HTTP request do that it sends the request what made by the clients to the URL, and from the URL it goes to the server. From that to the whatever the information stored in the server we can access by using the RESTful web services. And then RESTful web service are the client and the server application that communicate over the WW, so worldwide web. So so how this RESTful web service are going to work means, so these RESTful web service are communicate via the WW, World Wide Web. So by the web World Wide Web, so this RESTful web service are going to be communicate. Okay, now we will discuss advantage of RESTful web services. So first of all, we'll what are the advantages? So while comparing to the SOAP, SOAP web service. So it is a fast. So in the SOAP we discussed that it is a slow, and in the RESTful web service it is a fast. So that means RESTful web services are the fast because there is no restriction specifications like a SOAP. Yeah. Why it is a SOAP mean? So why it is a fast means, in the SOAP itself, I told that it used the only XML format only. So in this RESTful web service, it doesn't have any like this specific restrictions for the to develop this RESTful web service. So because of that, there is no any restrictions. So that the RESTful web services are the fast. And one more thing advantage is language and the platform independent. This means it means we can write this web service, that means RESTful web service, in any language. So here RESTful web service can be written in any programming language and executed in any platform also. Yeah. So what means that? So it doesn't need any particular language to develop this. So it is a language independent and also platform independent. It can be run in any language, in any platform also, like a Mac or a Windows. It can be run any platform. So it permits a data format. Yeah. Permits a data, different data formats. So the RESTful web service permits the different data formats such as plain text, XML, and the XML and the JSON also. Yes, here the thing what should be the remember is, so it permits what's a RESTful web service permits a different data formats such as. So this RESTful web service has some data formats also. So it may be the plain text, it may be the HTML format, it may be the XML, and it may be the JSON also. So all the data formats all will be included in that RESTful web services. Okay, we'll discuss what is meant by Spring. So Spring Boot. So why the Spring Boot means, it is the Okay, it is a Spring model that provides a, a rapid application development feature to the Spring kernel. That means so this Spring Boot helps to develop the application, rapid applications. So why I'm using here the Spring Boot means it has the less configuration. Because of the less configuration, we can easily develop the RESTful web service. So it is used to create the standalone Spring, Spring-based application that you can just run because of the minimal Spring configuration. It has only the minimal Spring configuration. It does not know. In the developer does not know that, does not need not to configure for all in every files. So it has a minimal Spring, minimal configurations. So here in the graph you can see, in the pictures you can see that. So what is meant by Spring Boot main? Spring framework plus embedded HTTP services minus, it's not a minus, so it doesn't have like this XML format. So that is the Spring Boot. So combination of a Spring frameworks and the servers so are equal to the Spring Boot. Here this is a Spring Boot. Okay. So RESTful API. So representational state transfer application interface, application program interface. So I will discuss what is meant by this. So RESTful application interface is an interface that two systems use to exchange information securely over the internet. So what this interface helps, so two systems are the two computers exchange information securely over the internet. So this is the purpose we are using this RESTful application interface. This is only. So most business applications have to communicate with each other. Internal and the third party application to perform various tasks. Okay. So that means most of the business applications are used to communicate. So with the internal and the third party applications also. So if the so the information that is to be communicated by the business application should be in the secure. So because of that, so this RESTful API will help to communicate the information securely. So RESTful API supports this information exchanging exchanging because they follow a secure, reliable, and efficient software communication. So that means it supports the information exchanges. Because why it supports the information exchange is so they follows the security. So this RESTful API follows the secure and the efficient software communication standards and the reliable. So these are the features that RESTful API follows. Okay. So now we are going to see the developing a RESTful API. So now I have developed a simple RESTful RESTful API. So it may be so useful for the transferring or communicating the information via the internet. So here is a screenshot that was taken by me in the Eclipse. So here is the main method, that is public static void main. So whatever I have written, everything will be so whatever not. So it is the main method. So otherwise you can say that is the main process. So this is the one application, RESTful application .java file. So this, and here is the controller Java. It is also the Java file only. So here whatever I have written here, hello Vijay, so welcome to the RESTful RESTful web service. So whatever will return, so that is be stored or it will be hosted in the server. So my in RESTful API, so I use the Tomcat server. So I hosted the information in the Tomcat server by using the RESTful service. RESTful web service. I use it to access the information via the internet. I will show you this. Yeah. So here is the output. I used that Postman application to execute my URL. So here is the URL. So and one more, why this localhost is my application is running in my localhost as on the port of 8080. Okay. So I will show you in the demonstration video. Wait just a minute. So I have opened here. Here. In the previous I have run it. Now, so this is my main method. So whatever it is a main method to call any other methods also, other classes. So here is one more the classes. So in this controller class, I have written here. So hello, welcome to Vijay. So this is the information that I am going to be host in any server. So I am using Tomcat server, Apache Tomcat server to store, to host my information in that. So let me run this whether it works. So okay, so run as a run as application Java applications. Yeah, so my application is running perfect, so there is no errors in there. Okay, we'll test whether the application and whether the URL, so whether the information stored is working or not. So I'll open, I'll go to the Postman. So here, this is the URL which I have copied. Okay. Let me run this. Okay, send the information. Okay. Yeah, guys, here you can see that hello Vijay. So welcome to RESTful web service. So you can copy this also. So whenever you copy this URL and go to the, so we will test in the Pro. So let me paste here. Yeah, guys, here we are seeing that hello, welcome to it. So guys, this is the RESTful web service. So whatever I stored, I posted the information in the Tomcat server. This can be accessed by using the RESTful web service. So this is the output what I got. And then yeah, conclusion. So what the main useful of this RESTful web service is? So it uses to communicate the two components securely, and then it doesn't. One more thing, it has the fast while comparing the SOAP. And one more thing, it has a language independent. We can write in any language to develop this service, and we can easily access the information that is stored and that is being hosted in any server. So because of these advantages, we are using the RESTful web service. And also it promotes or permits a different data transfers also. Like it may be written in the XML format, it may be in the JSON format, it may be allows, and it may be permits the plain text also. So this is the conclusion. Yeah. Thank you guys. If you have any queries, if any doubts, also if any questions, just ask me. So signing off, Vijay.
I'm done with it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we follow some protocol while doing the while giving you points, okay, for the marking. So I will go through in that order so that the review is not too long. So first of all is hook and story. So I would say overall your hook and story was really good. The expression, as I have said before, even in your previous presentation, you have a unique way of explanation that is on point and it follows up good flow. So overall your presentation and presentation flow and explanation was good. You had a good amount of text. The design, color, typography was good. You had a proper diagram and flowchart. Last time I told you to add proper diagram and story. You followed that advice. I like that. And other than that, I told you that whenever you are adding a screenshot, make sure it covers the entire screen. You also followed that. It was a proper readability, I would say. Okay. You had proper contact at the end. You asked for the Q&A. But right now we have some new points are added that you must include a Q&A slide. Okay, so even though it was not added, but you asked asked me for if there is any Q&A, so I will give you point for that. And other than that, sir has told you to add a reference slide. Okay, this is new thing. If you didn't know that, for keep this in mind. Next time when you have a presentation, suppose it is a coding based presentation, so you are supposed to push the code in a GitHub and provide the GitHub link at the end. Okay. Okay, so include that reference. Other than that, I don't have anything to point out in your presentation. It was on point and it was perfect presentation. Okay. So you will get your marks after this meeting. So all the best for your further presentations. Thank you for the beauty. Thank you for the presentation.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Yeah. Previous, presentation also I didn't get any marks. So
you didn't get any marks.
So in the initial for the first project I got the marks. Sir. After the second and third, I didn't get any.
What second and third?
So this is the third one, sir.
No, you should have got the mark. Can you tell me what your second one was?
The second one, sir, developing a simple Java web application.
Okay, can you give me your email? Is it this Vijay Kumar 2000?
Yes, sir. @gmail.com.
I will just check. So I have one that is developing a RESTful. That I believe that was for today, right?
Yes, sir.
So you will get marks for this. I will tell sir. And okay. So you have one mark that's pending. That is building a simple Java. I believe you have given it. right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, I will tell sir, and we
Okay,
have
sir.
the your presentation recorded. He will check the recording and send you the mark. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you will receive it by tomorrow or by tonight. Okay.
Okay, sir.
For both of the presentations. Don't
Okay,
worry.
sir.
So I will now move on to next question. That is Ganesh Kalyankar.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. You can start.
Mhm. So, hello and good afternoon to all. Today I am here to share my understanding from the task about the data types, variables, and operators in JavaScript. So let's begin. So first of all, mm, let's understand about the JavaScript. JavaScript is the heart of any, it's the soul of any website. Like if you remove soul from the body, there remains only this structure of bones, which is of no use. So there are some important topics in JavaScript, which are basics like data types, variables, and operators. So we will cover these topics in this presentation. So what is JavaScript? It is the most powerful scripting language on the internet. JavaScript also uses to add interactivity to any website. Without JavaScript, the website is static. To make it more dynamic and user interactive, we use JavaScript. And JavaScript supports all major browsers like Firefox, Chrome, Opera, Safari, and etc. JavaScript is also an interpreted language. Interpreted language means that script executes without preliminary compilation. Means to compile JavaScript runs without compilation. Let's move to the next slide. So first topic is data types. There are different data types in JavaScript. I have included some of them like numbers, strings, booleans, nulls, undefined objects, arrays. The bottom two data types are non-primitive data types, and these are the primitive data types. Numbers, for example, are 42, 3.14, like it includes any type of numbers, integer, double, float, any. In JavaScript, there is only one data type to cover all these. And next data type is string. To create a string data type, we use like the parenthesis. The next data type is booleans. There are two types, true and false. Like we cannot assign any third to the boolean. Null. Null represents the intentional absence of any object value. Means we null is there, we can intentionally make the variable null to say it is there presents something, whereas undefined represents the lack of a defined value. Means we haven't initialized the variable, we just created a variable but we haven't initialized it. The next data type is object. Object data type is used to create objects like person, city, etc. These data types have fields like name, age, and etc. To access these fields, we can use person.name to access these fields. The next data type is array. And there are some other data types also, which are less used. Next is variables. Variables are used to store values in program. They are very important up to the programming. In JavaScript, variables are declared using where, let, or constant keywords. The three of them have their different uses and meanings also. We can see further. Here is the example of where, let, and const. As you can see here, variable keyword is used to declare a variable that can be reassigned. Means if we initialized a variable with using a where keyword, then we can reassign it. But this is not the case with let and const. And there is also another difference in let and const. The let keyword is used to declare a variable that can be reassigned. We covered it before, but is block scope. Means if we define a variable using let keyword, then it is only in its block. Like we cannot access that variable outside that block. The const keyword is used to declare a variable that cannot be reassigned. Means we cannot reassign a variable once it is initialized. And is block scope. Means it is also a block scope. We cannot access the const variable outside a particular block where it is defined. And there is one more thing about the const variable. Like if we used const keyword, then we have to initialize at the time of its definition. Next are operators. As you can already know, operators are used to perform operations on operands. In JavaScript, it has several types of operators like arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators, assignment operators. And there are other operators also, ternary operators, type of operators. As you can see, arithmetic operators are those operators which are used to perform mathematical computations like plus, minus, multiply, divide, division, etc. Comparison operators. Comparison operators are used to compare between two values, object, etc. Like it will give you an Boolean value. Like as here you can see, it will give you true on comparing X and Y. Logical operators. Logical operators are and, or, not, etc. They are used to perform the logical operations on operands. Assignment operators. Assignment operators are very useful because they lower the burden of using the arithmetic operators again and again. Like they are assigned operator plus assigned operator and etc. For example, here we use initialized x equal to 10 and y equal to 5. And for console.log x plus y, the output is 15. Here we use arithmetic operator. In next, we used comparison operator. Comparison operator's output will always be an Boolean. Next, we use logical operator. Logical operator performs logical operations. Like here, it represents the AND operation. Next, it is the console.log x. Like here, we perform the assignment operator to increase the value of x by y. So now, let me show you my project. Like it is the simple counter. Like you can use to increase. We can increase it and then decrease it. To reset, we can again. Let's say if I remove this script from.
Ganesh, sorry to interrupt, but I can't see your demo.
Okay, sir. 1 minute. Let me share again. Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, now it is visible.
So it is a simple counter. I use it using JavaScript. So to increase, like from I have removed the script from this HTML page. So now it is only a static page. It don't have any soul to react, or like these buttons are of no use. Like we can do nothing here. But if I include the script again, it gives it provides user interactivity. So JavaScript is very useful to provide user interactivity in these days. Let's see the code of the JavaScript. It is a very simple code. First, I used a variable. I declare it as let, and then on every decrease, I decrement the count, and on increase, I increment it. And if set, then I make it 0. If the value of count is greater than 0, I make the color of the value green, less than 0, red, else normal, black color. And then I again assign the value of the text to count. That's it. If I use const here, then it will not work, because the const value can only be assigned once. It cannot be reassigned. But on line 9, we are reassigning it. So it is not possible. It will give error. So now move forward with these slides. So in conclusion, data types and variables are the fundamental concepts of JavaScript. One should hold good hands on this to understand the JavaScript. And thank you for attending the presentation. Now I am open for any question if there is. Hello.
Are you done with your presentation?
Yes, sir.
So, okay, so first starting with hook and story. Okay, hook and story are basically the way your presentation was made and what was the flow of the presentation, how you explained it. Okay, so the flow was good. Okay, the way you have created your presentation, it was step by step. It followed a flow. It was good, but it was lagging somewhere in the explanation part. Okay, because most of the things that you said, you were just reading from the slide I saw. Okay, but you did tried your best to explain. In some of the slide, I could see that you tried. So you should, you know what, you have a good way of explaining things, but you need more practice. Okay. So next time when you are coming here, try to practice the explanation part. Okay. You will do better. Okay. You do better than this time. Other than that, for your PPT, so we are done with hook and story. So for your PPT, the design was good. I liked it. The typography was good. The colors were good. The way it was created was good. But again, some of the slide had, like too much text. Okay. So in your slide, we had a variable slide. Okay. So in the variable, if only you had a first line, that is variable, the one liner for the variable, whatever the definition was. And then there were example with 3 for var, let and const. Okay, that was enough for the slide. Okay, so that viewer will know what is a variable if he looks at the slide. He has a definition. After that, how to define a variable, that can be seen on the example part. Okay, all the other text was unnecessary. That should be included in your explanation, not in the slide itself. Okay, so then the text will be like, just the right amount, so that if suppose I got lost somewhere, I can just quickly look at your presentation, get to know where I am. I'm at a variable. What is a variable? I saw your definition. How to define a variable? I saw the example. Then I have to look, listen to your explanation. Okay. So make sure to have it like that. Okay. So for now, what you can do is try your best on your explanation part. You tried today, okay, but you need some practice. So next time, make sure you do more practice. Somewhere it is not enough to do one practice once or twice. You have to do practice like 7 or 8 times. So because you have what it takes to be a good presenter. Okay, you have a way of presenting, and other than that, work on the text that you include in your slide. Okay, there was too much text.
Actually, it's my first presentation. So.
Yeah, everyone is having the first presentation. Okay, so it is actually like don't take it too seriously. Okay, because you are in a probation period. Okay, so it is okay to make mistakes. That is why we are here. We are here to learn. Probation period is for people to learn, so that they can learn things, how things are working in a corporate environment. Okay, so don't worry about that. Overall, your presentation was good. As I said, the design typography was good. The communication was good. You asked for the Q&A, but again, for also you didn't include the reference. Okay, as I told the first intern that you need to upload your code in a GitHub and provide the link. So make sure to include the link from next time onward. The demo was good. You did a good explanation for the demo period. You showed how it is, why JavaScript was important for the demo, why we have done it. So it was good. I would say overall your camera, microphone, background, and internet was also good. Okay. So overall, I would say your presentation was good. So thank you for your presentation. I will now move on to next question. That is Rohit Kumar Patra.
Thanks.
Hello,
Yeah,
sir. Am I
please.
visible?
Yes, yes, you are visible.
Is your screen is visible, sir?
Yeah,
Hello?
it is visible.
One minute, sir. Hello. I am Rohit Kumar Patra and I am from Java Developer Group. So my first project is DRDO cryptography and analysis, and the task of the project is software analysis group DRDO. So here we will see the outline. So the outline is introduction of SAC, vision of SAC, mission of SAC, parking area of SAC, and conclusion. So first we will go to the introduction of SAC. So the introduction of subject is the full form of SAG is Scientific Analysis Group, which is a research development organization, and it is located in Delhi. So it is working in the area of cryptography and information technology. So first, what is cryptology? Cryptology means that sending a message hiddenly. That means if you are sending a message to your to a person, that when you will send the message, then it will be encrypted. After when the receiver will get the message, it will be decrypted. So that is called cryptology. So here is SAG is also developing some technique tools and technique with based on computer science and electronics, which is helping our defense area. So after that, we will see the vision of SAG. So the vision is the software analysis group, which will be a excellence research and development, and it will be focused on creating innovative solution for India defense. So if it will, if it will creating some technology for India defense, so it will be helpful for defense system. The another is the SAG will become a world-class defense research and development organization that provide the India Armed Force with the latest technological advancement to maintain and enhance Indian defense capability. So here is the SAG will develop some technical system which will be used to maintain the Indian defense capability. So after that, we will see the mission of SAG. So the mission of SAG is it will be develop some tools and technique which is based on computer science and electronics. It will be computer science and electronics. It will be used to what communication for analysis of security and IT product. So another point is the build generalized as well as domain specific analytical algorithm and tools. So here is it is the mission, and after that we will see the working area of SAC. So scientific analysis group, it is working on advanced mathematical and statistical analysis. So it is working on statistical and mathematical analysis. So that is like signal processing, high performance computing, information security, and soft computing technique. So by using of this technique, so the defense system will be the technology of defense system will be good. So here is SAG is established facilities of electronic probing, communication signal, and protocol analysis. So here last is the conclusion. So the DRDO, which is under what government of India, and it is focusing on advanced technology, which is artificial intelligence, robotics, and it is developing some advanced defense system. So here another point is DRDO is a critical organization of India defense. So it is what it is a critical organization of Indian defense, and it is to provide the Indian Armed Force with the latest technological advancement to maintain and enhance Indian defense capability. So here is DRDO, which is a organization of India, and the software analysis group of DRDO is developing some technology which is helpful for, which is helping to Indian defense capability. So here last is the reference of my task. Any Q&A? Any question? Any question? Thank you.
Are you done with your presentation?
Yes, sir.
So overall, I would say your presentation was good. Okay. So in terms of hook and story, the way you have created your presentation, it has a proper flow. It was good. Okay. But you need some practice in the explanation part. Okay.
Yes.
So try to work on that. Overall, I would say it was good. The typography, the design, the way you have created, the text is also good because the font is too big. It looks like there is too much text, but it is actually just the right amount. Okay. So I would say overall it was good. The conclusion was there, reference and Q&A was there. So overall it was a good presentation. Okay. So thank you for good for the presentation. I will now move on to next question. That is Nachit More.
Okay.
Yes, Nachit, please start.
Trial. Trial. Trial.
Hello.
Hello.
Your voice is actually too low. Can you increase the volume?
Just a minute. Hello. Is it fine now?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You can go ahead.
So my topic was for predicting target variable. So what I was given the task is building a predictive model using given data set to predict a target variable using supervised learning algorithms such as decision trees, logistic regression, and random forest. I was given this data set. The variables available were gender, race, parental education, lunch, test preparation, math score, reading score, and writing score. The one I was asked to predict was the math score. So following steps have to be taken for it. First of all, I have to build a model with respective algorithms. Then evaluation of the model depending on the accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. And then after the prediction, I have to see if which of the feature was most important for predicting the math score. Then let's see some of the evaluation metrics such as accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score and what it is. So it is dependent upon the confusion matrix. Given in the presentation, you can see the formulas for it. So starting with it, so for predicting the variable which was continuous, that is math score, I'll be using the regression method. And for the regression method, the algorithms are random forest and decision tree. After selecting the algorithm, we'll select the features which were gender, race, parental education, lunch and test preparation. And the one we have to predict, that is target variable, is math score. And as the gender, the given variables were alphanumerical, so we'll be encoding them using dummy encoding, which just gives numerical value to them. So it is easier to deal with. After evaluation of the model, we found that the R2 score of the random forest algorithm was better, so we'll be using that. And after seeing the importance of variable, we can see that lunch was the most important part of it. Then in the final prediction, you can see the black box which was given as input, the red box which is the variable target variable, and the orange box is the one which was predicted. So that's it for my presentation. Thank you. And time for some Q&A. And sir, I had a specific doubt with my project. So should I ask it now or after the Q&A?
Are you done with it?
Yes, sir. I have some doubts. Should I ask them now or after the evaluation?
What after the evaluation? So, see, overall, your presentation flow was good, I would say. Okay, but the explanation needed more in-depth explanation. It was not well researched topic. Okay, but the way you explained it, it was clear what the data set is, how it is being applied, and what the goal is. Okay, that part was clear. I would say it was good. But it was lacking somewhere. It was not in depth, but the flow was good, I would say. Okay, you had Q&A slide, but there is no reference slide. I can't see any reference slide. There is no demo slide. Okay, and there is no conclusion slide. So three things are the problem. Other than that, you were asking something.
Yes, sir. The task which was given to me was predicting the math score, which is a continuous value. But the algorithms and evaluation metric which I was given was for classification, like the accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. We use this for the classification algorithm, right?
Okay.
And I was given to find the math score, which is a continuous value, which comes under the regression.
Okay.
So how can I use the classification algorithms for a regression method?
What was your this? Sorry. Can you show me the mail?
Okay, just a
The
minute.
task mail. What was the
Yes,
what
yes,
was
sir.
specified? There will be some issue with it. Okay. We will check and let you know. Because people who had same query as same task as you, they didn't use it only. They use something else.
I don't know about. Okay, so can you see it, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says build a supervised learning algorithm such as decision tree, logistic, random forest. I believe someone did the presentation yesterday. They used the same thing. Decision tree or random forest X11, something like that.
But what I'm asking is my doubt valid?
But see, what is in the task instruction? Did you use these things?
I cannot use it because it was for the algorithms which were stated were for classification type. But the variable which I was asked to predict was regression.
So did you ask, confirm, did you confirm it in the technical chat or in with your
No,
fellow
sir.
teammates? You should ask it, okay, if you have something like this. Because see, I'm not from the data group, okay? I'm
Okay,
from a
okay,
web
okay,
developer
got it.
group. But I believe the task instruction is correct, okay, as far as my knowledge goes. If you have some issue with the data itself, okay, so for data I can't help you, but including the task instruction, it is correct, I would say. Okay, so for that you should have asked the technical queries, okay, because it was the most fundamental thing of your project, the data itself.
Yes, exactly. That's why I couldn't
Okay,
prepare a proper presentation.
can you show me your data again?
Okay. Can you give me a minute?
It was in the screenshot, right?
Yes, it's not full.
Okay. Okay, we'll do one thing. Go in the technical queries and ask if this comes under the technical query. Okay, we have dedicated team for the data science group. Okay, they will look into it.
Okay, sir.
Because if it is like that, because there is no demo for it. Okay, so we can't consider it as completed.
Yes.
Okay. But I believe some people were there. They use the random forest and everything. First,
Uh,
did you download the wrong data or something?
no, sir.
Because the data was, I believe, for them was also gender and race and ethnicity.
We can use the algorithm, sir, but it doesn't give much accuracy. It gives only 0.2, so it
No,
doesn't mean
no.
anything.
Last time people got around 58%, and in the Jupyter notebook fit the random forest, I believe it was 99%.
Okay, I'll
The
ask it in the
presentation.
technical chat.
Okay, ask in the technical chat, and if possible, I will connect you with some other people. I believe yesterday someone did the presentation. Wait, just, let me just check. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You can connect with them.
Is there a way for me to contact with him or how?
Wait, I will let you. Let me just check. Yesterday was 23, right?
Yes.
Okay, so someone who has done this predictive modeling, right?
Yes.
Okay, I don't have the list for the predictive modeling. You have got it. Okay, I will check the list, okay, and let you know. Do one thing, email me at, I will do it, I will send my email in the chat. You can email me tomorrow, okay? Also, you have sent the email in the chat, okay? You can go through it and send me if you can't find it. But in the Trello, you will have your group, right? You can go in the group and ask them. But ask the technical queries in the technical chat, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Because with if it is with regarding to data, then only they can help you. Okay, so we can't consider it completed for you. Okay, so I will move on to next question. That is Abhishek.
Hello, sir. I'm audible.
Yeah, yeah, you are audible.
Okay. 1 minute. So my screen is visible.
Yes.
So good evening, everyone. My name is Abhishek. I'm a Java developer group. I'm from Java developer group. I'm presenting my first task. Learn about scientific analysis group DRDO. So our today's agenda is about DRDO, area of work of DRDO, about SAG, missions and visions of SAG, and some achievement of SAG, and conclusion. So first topic is, what is DRDO? So DRDO is basically a defense research and development organization. It was formed in 1958 by Government of India. So DRDO is basically a defense hub which develop defense technology systems products for that required for Indian armed forces or armies. Basically, DRDO defense developer defense technologies in project models. They develop weapons, missiles, aircrafts, develop tools, for example, develops tools for malware analysis, etc. So moving to next slide is about the projects of DRDO. So basically, aeronautics. So aeronautics is a study of a science of that aircrafts or flights. Basically, DRDO builds uh, uh, turbine engines, aero gases, unmanned air vehicles like drones or no pilot or no passenger aircraft that are operated by a remotely by a person uh, and etc. For example, DRDO Ghatak is the one of aircraft developed by DRDO, and one more light compact aircraft. Uh, it is a multi-rolled aircraft, single seated pilot aircraft, fighter aircraft. And armaments. Armaments, basically DRDO develops small arms, artillery guns, rocket gun system. Small arms are basically a small weapons, handguns, bombs, etc. Artillery guns are basically radar like cannons, radar guns, snipers, etc. Rocket systems are tanks or a multi-launcher missiles, etc. Moving to next slide is about SAG. So SAG is stands for Scientific Analysis Group. Was established in 1963 for evolving new scientific methods for designing and analyzing communication systems. It was directed by Anu Kaushal, located in Delhi. Basically, it is a working on advanced mathematical and statistical analysis. Basically, it built on a mathematical and statistical purpose. And and SAG laboratory. Uh, SAG is a laboratory of Indian Defense Research and Development Organization. Moving to next slide. A mission of SAG. So basically, SAG develops tools that are based on contemporary mathematics. Contemporary mathematics is something like a uh, survey of some ideas or application which is based on mathematics. Second, to build a generalized as well as domain system specific analytical algorithm. So moving to next slide is vision of SAG. The vision of SAG is to build a better and in a cryptologic and information security laboratory in the world. Moving to next, the achievement of Scientific Analysis Group, SAG. There are many achievements of SAG, but we listed some of them. SAG develops many software packages, which is based on algebraic concept, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence are that the field which combines a computer science and robotic data set to enable a problem solving. And ENN is artificial neural networks, pattern recognition clustering. Second is developing a tools and techniques for speech recognition. SAG develops advanced tools that which we can tell that they remove background noises for a speech for make a speech better. And third is uh, it develops a cyber security tools. Basically, it develops some type of a tools that used to prevent a threat for the system for like errors, virus, etc. For example, swipe and AFITT. So I'm concluding this session. Basically, SAG of a DRDO uh, is a working on achieving a technological self-reliance. It designs, develops, and tests advanced systems for better defense purposes that are required for Indian Armed Defense Forces. Some of SAG are known to focus on areas such as missile systems, naval systems, and more. So these are the references. If you want to know more detail about DRDO and SAG, you can refer further links. So thank you so much for listening me. If any questions, you can freely to ask me. Hello, sir.
Yeah, are you done with it?
Hello.
Are you done with your presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. I was just waiting if someone has a question. Okay, so overall, I would say your presentation was good. Okay, the flow was good, the explanation was good. It could have been better, but I would say it was not bad for this particular presentation. Okay, and then your overall slides were good, the design was good, typography and everything was good, but some of the slides could have been better. Okay, I would say just for some of the slides, there was in some slides there was too much text, so try to do that. Communication was good. Although you have not included the Q&A slide, but you asked for the Q&A, so that is a good thing. The conclusion was included, the references were included. Okay, the contact is not it is optional, but it is good thing to include, but it is okay if you don't include. I believe there is no demo because this was for the DRDO, so that is not relevant. Overall, I would say it was a good presentation. Okay.
Okay.
So thank you for the presentation. Now I'll move on to next person.
Thanks.
That is Owais.
Hello.
Yes, please turn your camera on and share the screen.
Yes, sir. So can you see my screen?
It is loading.
Okay.
You can see a blue screen.
Okay. So is the presentation loaded?
Presentation is not loaded, but I can see only blue color screen with lines.
Okay, let me try again. Now?
And now it is.
Okay.
But again, there are some blue dots.
Blue dots.
Where your mic is. Sorry, where your controls and the camera is. I can see the blue dots there.
I'm having some difficulties right now.
You can try to share your address and see if it sounds good.
I'm sharing my screen on, sir.
Okay, go on. We will see if it fixes it.
Okay. So my name is Owais Altaf Sheikh, and I'll be talking about the I'm from web developer group, and my task is develop a doctor search website. So I'll be talking about how I have actually learned from this and the doctor search website in stepwise manner. So first thing we gotta do is design. Then we got a host, then we got to set up a database. So in designing, I have used Figma to design the website, and then I've also hosted the web server website, and then I've used a database to connect the to find doctors in the database. So first, what is Figma, which we are going to be designing in? So Figma is a powerful web-based design tool that helps you create anything. So websites, applications, logos, and much more. So why we need Figma? It is very easy to use, and it can help you save a lot of time, and you can generate code with it also. So now we have sections in this, where we can see there's a component section, there's a design section, and there's the plugin section, which is also used for design section also. So I'm going to talk about in the next slide what are these types of sections. So now we have first is the component section. So it is where most of the components of the designs are listed. So like we'll be creating a container, and we can list that container, group that container with other things in this section. And in design section, we can use things with our own mouse to drag and drop things here. And in the plugin section, we can use plugins like locofy.ai to generate our code, and also to also we can you can use design sections here to change the alignment of the certain objects and the color, etc. Then then we have after we have got all this sort of things done, we have made the design. Now it's time to export the code. Now we can export the code using the locofy.ai, as I've said before. So now we need to select the frame which we're going to be importing, the page itself that we're going to be importing. So once we have selected the page, we can go, and we can start naming the objects. So for example, as you can see right here, I have clicked a button, and I have it's not a button in the design, but it's a normal uh, image sort of. So I have clicked it and made it a button. As you can see, I have put tagged it. So you can tag various objects, like you can tag the login, you can tag the service, you can make them into links, you can convert them into navbar, etc. And there's so much more you can do with this locofy.ai. Once you have done all the tagging, once you have generated everything, once you have tagged every single corner, then you can click on view code. Once you go to view code, we get options like selected frames or all frames. We can select all frames to generate the whole thing. Like we can select here desktop one to generate the whole thing, or we can just select a few frames. So we can just straight up press view code in builder, and then we can get our code to their website. So in this website, we can now see we have our code. We can view the prototype of our website, and we can check the responsiveness of our website. Now, as you can see on the right side, we can convert the code into a zip file by using that export or deploy. So once we have got the zip file, we got our project. We can extract that particular we can extract the particular file. Now once we can extract, we got our all files, and we can now it's time to host it. Once we got our project, we got our file, it's time to host it. So we can host it on 00webhost.com. It's a website which is mostly used to host one particular website at most. Otherwise you have to pay up for more. It is actually good for beginner level people who want to experience how to host a website, and we can hold small projects on that. So now next is web hosting, how we can actually do. So once we have created the particular hosted website, now we've given it a name. We can manage the files by we can once we have click on manage files, we can go under public underscore HTML folder and paste all our files there. So what we need is index.html as main file to generate the website. So now after uploading the files, we can go back to the site and click on the link provided by the web host. As you can see, we got ourselves a link that they have provided us. And once we click on it, we are given our website. Now we have done with the design and exporting and the hosting of the website. Now these three things have been done. Now it's creating a database to search the doctors. So now to create database, we can use phpMyAdmin, which is also provided by the web host service in itself. We can manage databases in that also. So to create database, we'll be using SQL, as it is a very friendly language and anybody can learn it. To connect database to the website, we'll be using PHP to connect the front end and the back end. So linking the database. So first main thing is that we need, once we have created a database, we created a table. Now we have to link that particular thing to our website. So in order to create that, we are creating a web service.php or any PHP file, whatever with name on it, and then we are connecting the database according to it. So you can see I've given the host name, the database user, and database password and database name, and I have in that particular way I've connected to my database. So now I have given an SQL query. So in that particular way, I want the particular category of the doctor, such as general physician or cardiologist or any such thing like that. So you can write SQL query and run it. Now, once we have written all that query, now we are gonna use that query to store all the different types of information we get from it into different variables. As you can see, we are storing doctor ID variable, doctor name. These are all the variables that we're storing into. So now we have gotten all the perfect query and we have done it. It is time to check if our query and our connection is working. To use to this, we can use Postman. So in Postman, what is Postman? First of all, that's the main thing. Postman is an API platform for building and using APIs. Postman simplifies each step of the API lifecycle and streamlines collaboration so you can create better APIs faster. What we're doing right here is, as you can see, I have put my URL into the Postman, and then I've asked it to run through the web service.php, which I've put it in my hosting website. So once I run that, and I can search for a particular name as cardiologist. So let's say I'm searching for a doctor cardiologist, and once I've send it, we can see we are given an output where we are finding the data of that from the database. So now once this is done, we know that our web service is working, and now everything is working. Now we need to connect this back end with front end. In order to connect this, we can use jQuery. So jQuery, it is very helpful in reducing the code, and we can write it in short also. We To use it, we need to import it. To import it, we need to put it under head section inside a script tag in the src attribute. So as you can see, we got our script tag and we got our src attribute. Inside there, we'll be putting our jQuery to access it, to import it. Now, once we have imported it, now we should write jQuery code to connect from front end to back end. Now, we've got, as you can see in the particular code, we are searching, we are finding the search button. So we have given an ID to a particular search button, and then when we click on the search button, then we can run this code. We can ask it to go through the web service. It requests and responds, things like that. So we're getting web service 1.php, and then according to that we are getting our data. So once we have written the code, now website function. After we have made changes, all the particular codes we have written, it is time to upload the particular file back to the uh, web host server and refresh it and run it again to see that. Thank you. If there's any Q&A, you can ask me. And right now, I'll be showing you my demo of the website. So as you can see, this is the demo. This is the website that's being hosted. Right now, I've got nothing, but I'm trying to find a cardiologist. So if I'm trying to find a cardiologist, I can get a cardiologist. It's simple as that. So if I want a general physician, so it is extracting from the database, and I'm getting the general physicians. Thank you. This was my project, and that was my particular task.
I hope you are done with the presentation. So overall, I would say your presentation was good. Okay, from the explanation point of view, everything was explained in a code block format, which was a good thing. Okay, but one thing I would recommend is next time when you have a credential, suppose you had a database credential, right? Where you were saying this is the database information, this is how you correct it. So don't show the database credential in the presentation. Okay, always and always replace it with the hashtags or strings. Okay,
Yes.
or stars. So next time keep this in mind. You should change it because anyone can change or mess up with the database, right? So change it after the meeting. But other than that, I would say it was some of the best explanation I seen for this particular task. Okay, this was the best presentation. But you still need some kind of practice in the explanation overall with respect to your confidence in this. Okay, so try that. Other than that, I would say your explanation was on point. It was good. It was easy to understand. Okay, your flow was good. Overall presentation was good. The text design and color typography, everything was good. The diagrams and everything were good. Communication was also good. Although there was no Q&A style, Q&A slide, but you did ask for the Q&A. But I don't think you had conclusion and reference slide. Sorry, you had reference slide, but did you
Yes.
had a conclusion slide? Question.
No, sir.
Yeah, so you had reference, but you should add a conclusion to just to give a recap of what you went through. Okay.
Yeah.
So other than that, it was good. The demo was also straightforward and good because most of the things were explained in the PPT. There is no need to go in the coding. Okay. So demo was straightforward. It was good. Overall, I would say it was good presentation.
See. Thank you, sir.
So Kalyani, you have written, I have not received my first presentation mark thing. Okay, I will do one thing. I will check all the list of interns who have not received the marks. Okay, with respect to who have completed the marks, and we will. I will give that list to Devanshu sir, and he will give you marks by next week. Okay. So we have presentation meetings. I will cross check from there and let you know. So next is Sakshi.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, please.
Internship म्हणून जेवणावरून
Sir, is my screen visible?
It is loading.
Sir, now?
Yeah, it is a very question.
So yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Sakshi Narkhede. So today I'm going to talk about the project Introduction to Web Standards in JavaScript Concept and Fundamentals. So I'm from Web Developer Group. So my first task was data type variable operators in JavaScript. So what is JavaScript? So JavaScript is a programming language that is most commonly used in web development. It is used to create interactive and dynamic web pages. It is an object-oriented programming language. So it is a client-side scripting language, which means that it runs in the web browser on the user's computer rather than on the server. So why do we need this JavaScript for building the websites or any other things, applications in the web development? So first is web application development. So it is used to create dynamic and interactive user interfaces that perform form validation, manipulation of DOM, and handle user interface. Second is cross-platform compatibility. So JavaScript runs on various platforms and browsers, making it a versatile tool for web development. Third is serverless functionality. So it is used in serverless architecture such as AWS Lambda, cost-effective, and etc. It provides a wide range of libraries and frameworks such as React.js, AngularJS, etc. It also gives an interactive user interface. So in this slide, we'll cover data types, variables, and operators. So first, we will see the data types. So the data types are the foundation of programming, and they determine how the data is stored in a programming language. Understanding data type and which data type should be used at a particular point is very crucial for building a useful website. So some of the primitive data types are string, number, boolean, null, undefined, and symbol. Now let's see it one by one with examples. So first is string. So it is used to represent a text. So text such as Sakshi or any name or any particular object such as table, fan, etc. We can, for the syntax, we can use single quote or double quote. So here we can see let message equals to hello world. So here I have taken it hello world as string, and when I console.log it, it will print the same output as hello world. Then second is number. It is used to represent numerical data, integers, decimals, fractions, and etc. So here we have assigned a variable value which is 56. So when we print it, it will give 56 as it is. Third is Boolean. It is used to represent logical values. It can be either false or true. It not other than that. So here I have assigned is student equals to true, and when I print the output, it will give me the same output as true. And then we have null. It is used to represent the intentional absence of any object value. Suppose so here you can see it. I have initialized a variable my_var and I have signed it as null, which means it has no value or nothing else. So when I print it, I will just get null. Then I have undefined. It is used to represent a declare variable that hasn't been assigned a value yet. Means here I have just initialized a variable and I have not assigned any value to it, such as null or string or any number. So when I print the output, I will just get undefined. Then I have symbol. A new data. It is a new data type introduced in ES6. So it creates the unique identifier. The example of the same is here. You can see I have initialized a symbol foo, and then when I print it, I'll just get the same symbol. Now, one more data type is object data type. It is the addition of primitive data type. It is very useful for building the complex data structure. So here you can see the example. We have a constant person, which is the object, and here I have added some values, which is first name Sakshi, last name Narkhede, and age is 20. So when I print the output person.first name means it will print person, and in that first name is Sakshi. So it will print only Sakshi. The same way, if I have put it here person.age, then it will print only 20. Next is variables. So variables in JavaScript. So variables are the containers that store data values. They allow you to store and manipulate different types of data types, which I have mentioned earlier. So variables can be declared using var, let, and constant. So var. So while declaring a variable, they can be local variable or global variable. Local means they are inside the function, and global means outside the function. So here you can see the example of let. I have assigned let x equals to 10 the value, and when I print the output, it will give the same output as it is. Then I have variable var y equals to 5, and then if I print it, I have changed here a value. I have assigned the variable first, and then again I have changed the value. So it will give the change value. It will print the value which I have changed. So we can change the variable assigned earlier. Then I have constant z equals to 3.14. These are the when I declare a variable using constant, it will remain constant throughout the program. It can never be changed. So when I print it, it will print the same 3.1. Then I have operators in JavaScript. So these are the symbols which perform operations such as plus, minus, multiplication, and any other mathematical operators. So these can be arithmetic operator, comparison operator, logical operator, assignment operator, and bitwise operator. So I will I will explain this in detail in my demo video. So let's see the demo. Sir, is the demo visible?
I can see your Zoom screen.
Wait a minute, sir. I cannot. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
This
now
is
I can see.
So this is the simple web page I have created. So if I type a string such as Sakshi or any number, and I have printed a false, and when I submit it, it will print the same output as it is. So this I have created to understand the knowledge of data types which I have created. And here I have declared an object. I'll show it in my code. So here I have declared an object which has first name, last name, and description. So I have taken Deepika Padukone and Indian actress. So I have given the output as person dot first name and person dot description. So it will only print the first name value and the description value, which is Deepika and Indian actress. So here we can see only that much. And then I have created an array whose syntax is like this. I have initialized an array and I have inputted the values in it. And when I print it, it will show this output. Now arithmetic operators. So I have assigned a number, suppose 23, 34. And when I suppose multiply it or subtract it, I will get the necessary output. And I will also get that it is odd or even. I've done this. I have just done this operators with simple if and else statement. And for the even odd, I have used the modulus operator. Then comparison operator. So here I have suppose 23 and 25 compare numbers. It will say that both if they are equal or not, and 23 is smaller than 25. Means this button is only comparing these two numbers. Now I 34 and 45. So for now next we have logical operators. For logical operators here it is both are greater than 50. Means for logical operator both are greater than 50. Here I have used the AND operator so to get the output, and either number is greater than 5 means I have used the OR operator, and for not equal to operator I have used this operator and I have print the output. So yes, this was my this was my demo. And yeah. Thank you, sir. If you have any survey, sorry, if you have any queries, you can ask me. Here are the references and descriptions. And also, I would like to conclude my topic saying that you should be very careful while defining this data types and variables, because even a small syntax error can give you an error. So yeah, you should be required to understand. Thank you, sir. That's it.
So now are you done?
Yes, sir.
So overall, it was good. Okay. The flow was good. The presentation, the explanation was also good. Okay. The presentation was well made. It was the text was it was okay. Although there was in some slide there was a lot of text, but it is okay. The design and color and typography, they covered everything. The communication was also good. I would say the demo was good. You didn't had any this Q&A slide, but you did ask for Q&A. So I would say, yeah, overall it was good presentation. You will get your marks by tomorrow or by today. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you're free to leave if you want. Then I will move on to next person.
Okay.
Abhimanyu Kumar.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, very good evening. Please start. Hello, Abhimanyu. This is just for the conference. Is it RDS? Okay.
Yes, sir. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it is visually considered.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. I am Abhimanyu Kumar from Cloud Architecture Group. Today, I'm going to present on a topic setup at Amazon RDS instance. So Amazon RDS is a relational database service which allows us to perform database operations using Amazon AWS. So we can set up and operate a relational database in the cloud. It provides a very cost-effective way to use industry-leading RDMS software as a managed service. So there are various types of database engines. So in AWS RDS, it supports 6 database engines. These are MySQL, MariaDB, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, PostgreSQL, and Amazon Aurora. So first of all, we need to create an RDS instance to work on AWS RDS. To do that, we need to sign into AWS console. Then we need to go to under services Amazon RDS and click on create database button. Then we need to select the database engines. Among those 6 engines, we can select anyone which we are familiar with. And we need to set the database configuration, such as we need to specify host name and we need to give a password so that we can work on further. And we need to then configure the additional database options such as backup and maintenance setting. And then we need to review our setting and create database. Once we create a database, we need to wait for a few minutes to run that instance. Once instance has run, then we can see this output. I named that my database, and we can see the status is available. So after creating an instance, we need to connect it to the database engine. To do that, we need to obtain the endpoint for RDS instance. Then we need to make sure that it is either public or we need to provide the IP address for the computer which we want to connect our instance. Then we need to launch the database client and create a new connection. Then we should test the connection so that whether we know that it is successfully connected or not. Once we click on test connection, we can see that if there is no error, then it will pop up like successfully made the MySQL connection. I can show you the demo. Here I have, sir, you can see my AWS screen.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, so I created that my database instance. Here are the endpoint and port number which we need to note down. And for connecting to our database engine, we need to note this endpoint. And we need to specify under security group that it is public or the IP address for the computer is given. So I choose MySQL engine as a database engine. I have already connected it because it will take some time to connect. So I can't show you that, but I have already connected. I have provided the host name as the endpoint and password which I created during the instance. So here we can perform all the database, like we can create tables. I created one table as consumer. I can run this. Yeah, I created one table as consumer and provided some data in it. Talking about further advantages and disadvantages of RDS. So advantages are like it provides high level of security for our data, such as encryption, and it offers a range of features to ensure high availability, including automated backups, multi-availability zones. There are few disadvantages as like costing is a bit for high level of performance and storage and additional features. It may go up. And other thing is it requires a strong understanding of AWS service to work on it. And RDS is a cloud-based service, so performance can be impacted by network issue. We need a strong network, otherwise it may create difficulty. These are the references. So any questions? Thank you, sir.
Are you done with it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it had a good flow, I would say. Okay, overall your presentation had a good flow. Your explanation skill has definitely improved from last time, I would say. Okay, this is a positive improvement. Okay, so I would say overall your presentation was really good. It was better from last time. The way you
Yes.
have created is as the presentation has also improved. You have included all the important points that should be included. Okay. You had question and answer slide. You have a conclusion slide. Is there any conclusion slide? I believe there was no conclusion slide
No, sir. I included pros
in
and
the
cons.
demo itself, I believe. Right?
Yes, sir.
But next time include the conclusion slide. Okay.
Okay, sir.
For the only that slide was not included. Overall, it was good. Okay. You followed all the
Okay.
protocol and you also improved from last time. So thank you
Thank you,
for
sir.
presentation. Now I'll move on to next person. That is Kaustubh.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. Uh, so is this visible?
Yeah, I can see your presentation. You can start.
Yeah. Good evening. I am Kaustubh Sonawane, and Hackbeta intern under design and implementation data science solution using Azure. This is my fourth task. It was to create and run an experiment in Azure machine learning studios. So these are the contents. First, we'll look what Microsoft Azure is, then know about one of its feature, that is machine learning workspace, then the project description about what the task given to me was, then I'll show you a demonstration about it, then we'll conclude it. So what Microsoft Azure is. So basically it is a cloud computing platform operated by Microsoft, which allows you to access various services and gives you and provides you various resources. These resources include storing your data and transforming it depending upon your requirement. To get access to these resources, all you need to have is an active internet connection and an Azure subscription. So what basically it is that let's suppose this is your laptop and you want to run an machine learning model. Suppose you want to train an machine learning model. So, but your PC is a laptop is a low end, so it does not have much computing power. So what basically you can do is you can through Azure you can access uh, you can get more computing power using the cloud servers which are located at various different geographical locations and across the globe, and through this you can get a high the power of a high-end PC, and you can thus run or build your models, even train them. So yeah. So basically, this is what cloud computing in general is. So in simpler terms, it allows you to store data and software application on remote servers. So this means that you don't need to invest in expensive hardware or maintain complex infrastructure. You can just rent these resources from these cloud servers, which Microsoft Azure provides. So why Microsoft Azure and not AWS? AWS is basically the web services provided by the Amazon. Just like Microsoft Azure, but it provides various different extra facilities like the hybrid capability. So basically, if a company has its data or any other like models stored at in their computer, but they want to access those models in a virtual machine which is present in the cloud, so Microsoft Azure cloud. So you can access you can like communicate between them, and you can take the resources from your PC in the cloud, but this facility is not allowed in not available in AWS. Also, it can be you can access various different other Microsoft services like the Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office, but you can not access them through AWS. So let's see what a machine learning workspace is. A machine learning workspace is a fundamental resource for machine learning. You can use a workspace to experiment, train, deploy models. In simpler terms, it is a tool that develops and runs artificial AI or ML algorithms. I mean, artificial intelligence or machine learning algorithms, and it provides a graphical user interface for that, and it becomes more easier if you don't have knowledge much knowledge about the machine learning algorithms. You can still use a pre-built model and make your own predictions. So basically, you can say that you can like relate it to a garage where the garage is a workspace the for a mechanic, and the mechanic can use various tools from present in his garage and repair his car. So in a similar way, a data science analyst or you can use the Microsoft Workspace and the tools provided by it to build your model or run your model or train your model. It is much easier than doing it from scratch. Yeah. Basically the task assigned to me was to create a machine learning workspace, but then create an experiment, upload my data, choose an algorithm, and then train that model and evaluate the performance. So let's see the demonstration. Yeah. So basically this is what the layout of Azure looks like. And if you these are the services provided by it. Machine learning, you can create the workspace. There are various virtual machines. You can have storage account where you can store the data and various different resources. So basically, I've already created a workspace. And once you have created a workspace, you can just like create the workspace by clicking your new workspace and then choose your subscription, your resource group, give a name to your workspace, and yeah. So this is what you get after creating a workspace. Once you open this, you'll get this layout. Then in order to access this workspace, you can click on this URL or you can directly use this launch button. They would basically do the same thing. So yeah, this will take you to so after signing in, this will take you to the basic workspace. This is what machine learning studio workspace looks like. These are all the assets you get. You can input your data, you can create jobs, you can create environments and everything. You also have an option of automated ML, which basically has in pre-built models of machine learning models like various regression models and every classification models and everything, and you can just use those models. So this is the job I created, and yeah. So after creating a job you can yeah. So this is what it looks like. So this is basically a spaceman condition. So this basically it gives the relations between two variables, but the actual metrics which I used to evaluate my model is this normalized mean absolute error. It basically it basically gives the uh, is a value between 0 and 1, and if the value is closer to the 0, then this model is fit for the data. Like it gives an accurate prediction related to the data you have provided. If the value is closer to the 1, then it doesn't make much correct prediction. So yeah, this is the algorithm I use, voting assemble. It basically what voting it does is that it takes the inputs from various other from the output of various other algorithms, like here we have decision tree, extreme random trees, random forest, and then it takes the prediction of those models and makes the average of those predictions and gives its own and makes its prediction. So yeah, this is what the voting assemble algorithm does. Then the normalized root mean square, it's the same, like you get a value between 0 and 1. If it's closer to 0, then the model is fit for your data. Uh, Let me show you the data. So this is the data. It's a diabetes data. It has various different fields such as age, gender, and let's see here. Yeah, age, sex, BMI, and everything. So it's a large data set. You can use like 30% of your data to build your model, and then for the remaining of your data to test it. So this is what the output I get. This is how I evaluated my uh, model using the normalized median absolute error. But you can even use the root mean square error normalized. So yeah, this was the demonstration. And so we can conclude that we have learned what Microsoft Azure is, what basic cloud computing does, and knowledge about a little knowledge about cloud, what machine learning workspace is, what tools it provides, what it feels like, and how to create the machine learning works, how to use the machine learning workshop to evaluate and build your models, and yeah, and its performance. So these are the references I used. And thank you. If any questions, you can ask.
You done with your presentation?
Yes, sir.
So overall, I would say your presentation was good. Okay, the flow was good. You tried to explain it. I could see that you did your best for the explanation, but you still did some practice. Okay, the it was bringing some flow. Okay, but after some practice, you will become fluent in it. Okay, so but your explanation was good. It was definitely better than last time. Okay. Some slide had too much text, I would say. Try to minimize the overall text, but it was not bad because the design and everything was good. Okay, the Q&A was included, conclusion was included, the reference was given. Okay, I would say it was good. Overall, your demo was also good. You tried to explain everything, okay, but work on your project demonstration skill. Because it is most important part. Where do you have about data and Azure and cloud? Okay, because people only get that much part because there is no coding part in that. Okay, so
Yeah,
work on that. But I would say it was good for beginner. Okay.
thank you.
So I believe it is already 8:59. So we have to conclude the meeting today. So people who are left for the presentation, I have noted down your name, so you will not receive any kind of negative evaluation. We can have your presentation next week. We will try to conclude everyone's presentation next week so that no one is left. So in new month we will have new list of presentation. We will meet next week on Tuesday at 7 p.m. same time. You guys should join first if you want to give your presentation first. Join and quickly raise your hand as soon as you join, so that you will be high. You will be first in the queue. Okay. Other than that, I would say it was what we can say. We have lot of people for the presentation. Okay. So we will try to finish it by the next week. We will see what can be done. If it is possible, we will have your presentation out of the meeting if possible, so that we can conclude it. Okay. We will try our best to conclude it. Other than that, for the general queries, again, I don't think we will be able to take the general queries. So what you guys can do, you guys can go to technical support chat, post the general queries, and if you don't get any answer from the technical support chat after like even after 24 hours or 48 hours, then tell me in the meeting next week. Okay, come to meeting and post it in the chat. I will note it down. So today, that the general queries I have noted are first was from the Mahendra Jahangir, and two general queries were from interns who have not received scoring for their previous, I believe, task. Okay. Other than that, all the general queries you guys can put it in the technical chat. Okay, we will try to cover everything. You guys should wait for 24 to 48 hours after posting it, because we definitely have it in the history, and we have your data, whatever you have posted. We may like try to contact you through the email. So make sure that you check your email every day. And as for the present attendance that I saw today, so whenever there is a issue with the attendance, check till 5 p.m. In the evening till the 5 p.m. And if you don't receive the attendance mail till the 5 p.m. or till the 6 p.m., then you will get your attendance for that day by default. Okay, that means there was some problem with the server and the attendance mail was not sent. Okay. Yeah, Raju, you can give it, but you have to give them separately. Okay, so we will have one presentation first. Yeah, that will be scored, and after that, I will call your name again. I will just tell you that yes, no, you can start your presentation, second presentation. Don't give it in a continuation. Like some people had include two different topics in the same PPT. So okay, so create two different PPT for the both of us. If you are doing that, then it is completely fine. Other than that, so we will conclude today's meeting. We will try to take the remaining presentation and try to conclude with everyone's presentation by the next week. Okay. And for all the people who have not received your marks for the previous presentation, you will receive it by the Monday or Tuesday. Okay. We will try to give everyone marks. So even if you like don't receive your marks for like your previous presentation till the Tuesday, then please come in meeting and let me know in the chat box that you have not received mark for a specific meeting. Okay. With this, I would like to conclude. Thank you for all your presentation. You guys can now leave.